Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm with BAIC South Africa for the launch of the new B30. It is a brand new car for them. It's actually the third car in their South African model lineup. It is an SUV and they're aiming for it to be an adventure SUV. There's two different versions. There's the B30 and the B30e. The B30 is pretty much their normal 1.5 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine variant, which I can assume is the car that most people will buy. Then there's the B30e, which is actually a hybrid electric vehicle, so pretty interesting. I cannot tell you price at the moment simply because I don't know what it is. They're only telling us tonight. So hopefully by the time you've watched this video, the price has already been announced. But I simply don't know what to tell you. I personally think the B30 is going to cost anywhere between 500,000 Rand and the B30e is going to be probably about 720,000 Rand. That's my personal opinion. That's what I predict. That is what I think. Now, the B30, the 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine, it produces about 138 kilowatts as well as 305 Newton meters of torque. It's more than enough to get around from A to B. And what I will add is quite simply, the car is big. So probably could have used a slightly bigger engine or even a diesel. In fact, I think a diesel in here would have been phenomenal. But of course, we do understand R&D does cost money and all of those kind of conversations. So that is quite simply the engine that the B30 has. It's not a bad engine. It is very good. It probably could be light on fuel, but let's just add that on this launch, we were mainly really in traffic. We didn't really get an opportunity to do any highway driving at all whatsoever. We were stuck in peak hour traffic in the morning and now in the afternoon, so we haven't really been able to test the fuel consumption appropriately. Then the hybrid electric version, the B30e, interestingly enough, features a couple of electric motors, the engine itself, but the engine is detuned to about 118 kilowatts and 235 Newton meters of torque. Now, performance figures for the B30e, it being a hybrid electric vehicle, typically speaking, those figures should be good. The engine has been detuned, however. I don't really know why, maybe to put less strain on it, because I do suspect that it probably could double up as a generator or there simply is a generator engine. We haven't been given too much info as of yet. I'm sure we will be the presentation tonight where the price will be announced. But anyways, performance figures include a total power output of 301 kilowatts and a total torque output of 685 newtons for the four-wheel drive version. The 4x2 version has a total torque output of 550 newtons. Now, right now, in terms of today, we've only driven the front-wheel drive B30 and the all-wheel drive B30e. So are we going to get the 4x2 in the B30? I'm not sure. I've only driven the all-wheel drive B30e. I do think it would be interesting to see how the B30e would perform if you took it to a high-speed facility where it's safe to test those kind of figures. I would like to see the 0 to 100 and 100 to 0 figures, because they do claim that the B30e will do 0 to 100 in under 7 seconds. They say 6.9. Personally speaking, I didn't manage to do that today. I wasn't really timing it, but it didn't feel like it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad car. The car is actually fantastic. I love the fact that when you're driving low down speeds, the engine isn't on. You simply run on pure EV. And we all know that when you run in full electric, there's a ton of torque, especially low down. And that's thanks to the electric motors. So for everyday city driving, B30e is fantastic. For the B30, I think you're going to maximize your fuel consumption, obviously long distance highway driving. So if you do a lot of that and you want to double up as a proper adventure family car, B30 could just be for you. In terms of the interior, look, it's actually not bad. Yes, there are some plastics on the door cards here and there, but it's really actually nothing to complain about. Interestingly enough, there's a new center console transmission tunnel design. We had this very out there gear selector. It's quite different. And we have this round knob here, which is used to change driving modes. There are quite a few different driving modes, and I did find that out quite quickly. Now, the infotainment screen. It is 14.6 inches. It's incredibly responsive. There's wireless Apple CarPlay, and I'm sure there's wireless Android Auto as well. I haven't had to connect my phone at all via cable to get this thing working, which is great. It's pretty responsive. The quality is good. In front of me is a 10.4-inch driver's display. Once again, fully digital. You can change all the different telemetry that you want to see as standard. The center console is pretty decent. So there's a little tray over here and it goes further down. Further down is quite nice because I would recommend on a road trip you put some chocolates or some cool drink there, because there is an air con vent there to obviously keep everything nice and cold. The seats are very comfortable. Now, the front seats are, of course, also electric. Both of them are electric. There is no lumbar support. The seats are heated and ventilated, though, so that came very handy today, because today was very hot and then it just started raining terribly, so that being normal South African weather for you. But the seats are actually very comfortable, and I'm going to really drive that one home. The seats are great. In terms of normal niceties over here, we have our standard vanity mirrors, like normal, like everything you can expect. We have a full panoramic roof, which does double up, of course, as a sunroof as well. The interior design is pretty cool. I like it. It's a bit rugged. It's a bit off-roady. Further back to the rear seats. Now, what you'll find is that there's actually quite a lot of legroom. So for reference, I'm about 5'6". This is my driving position. And when I hop in the back, there is a lot of legroom. I'm seriously impressed. Another interesting thing about this car is that you can fold the back seats down in such a way. They've created a configuration that they can be folded completely flat at a 0-degree angle, meaning that the boot capacity then doubles up to like 1,500 liters of boot space, which is pretty good. They also claim, because they want to, of course, target this as being the adventure SUV, that you could probably fit a bed over there. A bed. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think why not. I do just think that, you know, if this is a hybrid electric vehicle and you're opting to do a lot of adventure off-roading and some camping, this needs to have vehicle to load. Now, vehicle to load is where, of course, you can discharge electricity from the car's battery to any other appliance or anything you really want. So if you want to power a kettle or a microwave or a little coffee machine, you can. That's the whole point of vehicle to load. You can charge your devices and anything like that. It does have a charge port in the back, which is a normal 3-pin port. So that's, I guess, kind of could work. I don't think it's exactly the same. But yeah, I do think that would be pretty nifty and pretty neat. In terms of comfort, the car drives solidly. It handles incredibly well, and I've always found that BAIC vehicles are some of the best handling, especially in terms of Chinese cars. When it comes to braking and acceleration, the brakes are solid. Acceleration is good. There's nothing wrong with the throttle calibration. I do just find there is a fair bit of turbo lag. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is an internal combustion engine car. Now, gearbox. The gearbox in the B30 is a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, so not too bad. The gearbox inside the B30e, known as the hybrid electric vehicle, has something called a DHT, which is a dedicated hybrid transmission. So that is essentially where it runs on some special black magic, and it shifts seamlessly from full electric to petrol engine without you even noticing. That is the beauty of a DHT, but I do find that there's a fair bit of lag with the DHT as well. But also, once again, and I said, we were really stuck in traffic. We didn't really get to stretch the legs too much, if you know what I mean. We didn't get to do a lot of spirited driving. We did do a fair bit of light off-roading on the other hand. We saw some wonderful animals. We did a lot of light off-roading, and it's pretty capable. No issues with that. It has different terrain modes like snow, sand, mud. There's normal, comfort, sport. Yeah, it's got everything you need. And I do think that this is a pretty cool car. If you want to opt for a Chinese vehicle and you don't want to go for the standard vehicles that everyone else always typically goes for, I think the BAIC B30 could be a pretty good option. I really do. I personally like the way it looks. It's a bit retro. The front is very different. I like the light design. The back is very modular. I like the two-tone with the black and whatever color scheme you've gone for. I really also like the satin gray color and the kind of khaki brown color, the olive brown. That looks the best for me, in my opinion. White doesn't look too bad, but I prefer those colors. It also does come in this crazy turquoise blue. That's quite striking. But whatever floats your boat. But in my opinion, I think I would love to get this car in test to give it like a proper overall verdict, give you a proper bit of insightful information. Hopefully, if you're looking to buy one of these, I really would love to first have this on test before I give you an ultimate decision on what I think. But in terms of first impressions, it's pretty good. It's really not bad. I think the biggest thing right now is we're just waiting to find out how much it costs. One last thing. BAIC claim that the B30e will do 1,000 kilometers on a single tank of fuel, and that is thanks to something called energy regeneration or recuperation, thanks to the fact that it's a hybrid electric vehicle. An energy that would otherwise be lost when you brake then gets saved and gets transferred back into the batteries to transfer it into electricity and basically give you free fuel. That's kind of how it works. Long story short. But yeah, they say that you can get 1,000 kilometers on a single tank. I do think that it's possible in city conditions, most likely city conditions, because then you are mainly using the EV system and you are mainly using a lot of battery regeneration. HEVs, PHEVs, EVs, anything to do with the battery, they love city driving because it starts, stop, and that kind of momentum of consistently charging is what it loves. But guys, I do just want to say this video was slightly different, once again, like the Alfa Romeo Jr. video. But if you did like this video, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button below. It really goes a long way for me and the channel. And I do truly, thoroughly mean that. Every single day, we are one step closer to reaching the goal and dream of doing this full time. So thank you much to you and everyone that you shared this video with, and to all of my supporters. I really, really, really thoroughly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. But until next time, guys, stay safe, drive safe, and I'll see you soon.